Well, Stuart Spencer is here today from Advanced Ear Care. Always good to see you, sir.
Great to see you, Ken. Good morning.
Good morning to you. And several things you want to talk about today. And I understand you had a pretty good start to this year, pretty good end to 2017, right?
Yeah, we're just doing, record numbers and helping people to hear better, and that's what we're always proud of. We have a lot of people coming in. One of the things we're the most proud of are the referrals we get,
Yeah.
because we know we have happy patients, and so we really had a record number of referrals last year and just continuing right on into this year. So, we know we're doing a good job and we're really proud of that, and we'll just continue to work harder to do better this year.
Yeah, referrals are good.
Always good,
yeah. So, new products coming your way, and the advances have been quite tremendous over the years.
It never ceases to amaze me. I always think that we're, in a place where we have some incredible technology, and then they improve it and it makes it even better. One of the issues that we've had for years, of course, is, the tiny little batteries that people have to try to peel the tab off of and put in the little battery door. Now, all that can be gone, and they're rechargeable hearing aids. They just kind of, take them off and just put them on a charger at night, and they just take them off that and just put them right back on their ear. And they're lithium-ion batteries, so they last, up to 3 days, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So, that kind of technology alone just makes it so much simpler for people that just have, arthritis problems or dexterity issues or vision problems to use hearing aids, just a lot more effectively.
Yeah, well, I could see how the benefit of that, and the technology has been out there somewhat, as there's different kinds of wearable devices people have in general. That some of the EarPods that Apple AirPods actually.
AirPods, yeah, there
that
you go.
you just put on a pad or put it back in a little case and they charge up.
Yeah, that's right.
So that technology is
It's
moving
so useful
into the
for us,
other area. Yeah,
it's really useful for us. And then just the regular technologies in these hearing aids. These little nano chips. They're getting faster, smarter. They can put more activity on the circuit boards. So that allows us, to reduce background noise more, sharpen speech, manage sound, more or less shape, a curve of a frequency response for a hearing aid, to match their hearing loss better. So, people are happier, they're more comfortable wearing them. They put them on, they wear them, and they hear better.
Yeah.
And that's what they want.
Yeah, that's
so
the
we
most
always love
important
that
thing.
kind of technology.
So you having a sale coming up?
Yeah, we only do it, a couple times a year. It gives us a little pricing flexibility. We do it President's Day and like a Black Friday thing. We don't do it on Friday because we like to be closed, but this Friday we're doing it for a President's Day sale, and it just gives us some pricing flexibility on those higher end products. So people that couldn't quite afford the higher technologies, now they can. So come on in and see us on Friday.
Yeah. Now,
kind of a fun thing.
You talk about all the different products that are available, and in fact, if you go on your website, people can actually click through and kind of see what might be right for them, like phones that were phones.
There's phones there too.
Yes, phones. No, what I mean, the ones that work
Hearing
with your
devices.
your iPhone or Android product, and they can click on that if that's important to them, or they can click on something else.
So we have hundreds of hearing aids. And that's what we handle all the major manufacturers' hearing aids. When I started, there were 72 manufacturers, in the hearing aid industry.
Was there really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Today there's 6.
Yeah. That's probably better in some ways.
So
yeah.
It is in a lot of ways, and in other ways it's not. But they all make great hearing aids.
Yeah.
And so some are better than others for different applications. So we stay on top of all those technologies and just apply, the best technology to the right hearing loss and get some good results.
Yeah. And you folks specialize in really great speech clarity, the best speech clarity. How do you go about that?
That's right.
In fact, you talked about this before, but someone comes in, they're not sure what they need. Do you have them try out, well, this brand and this style, this brand and this style, before you decide, well, do you want it to connect to your phone or the other parts as well?
We do a pretty thorough interview with them,
Yeah.
And kind of get to know their lifestyles, whether they're, really active socially, if they get into loud, noisy areas, what kind of situations they get into, and of course, discuss, where they really struggle the most to hear better. So we eliminate a lot of things, right up front, and it kind of keeps us really hyper-focused on just helping that individual where they want to be helped. And then, we can see, what kind of help they need, through our hearing testing. It becomes pretty obvious. even if they're not aware of it at times, where they might need a little more help. So we can do that, and when we test them, we get those scores, we see exactly what their potential is to hear better, and then we do a process called a verified best speech clarity. So this is really where the rubber hits the road. It's delivering on what we promise. When we test somebody, we get a score of their speech understanding ability. Maybe, it varies, anywhere from 100% obviously, all the way down to 50%. So we can find where they're going to be, and then we guarantee that that's the target we'll hit for them with their hearing aids, so they'll hear that way in the real world.
Okay.
So we know we maximize their hearing potential. And then, of course, we do all the follow-up visits and the hearing testing afterwards with their hearing aids in their ears to make sure we're hitting all those targets, and just get their feedback from them wearing them.
Yeah.
So, it's always such a reward. When people come back and say, oh my gosh, I am hearing so much better. I had a gentleman last week that said, you know what, he was really a tough case. He tried hearing aids 3 other places and was unsuccessful, real reluctant, to get hearing help. And I said, you know what, I wouldn't waste your time or mine if I really didn't think I could help you, He said, all right. And he came back for his first checkup, and he said, the first phone call I made after I'd worn them for a couple of days was to my friend and said, you know what, I can hear you now on the telephone.
Wow.
And that was so nice. He referred his friend in, to get hearing aids as well, because he was experiencing the same kind of difficulty. So that's pretty rewarding, and we know we can deliver on the promises we make to help people hear better.
And you have a policy, you test everyone, right?
You bet. That's been a fun thing. It came from a gentleman that really just thought, hey, people are in office, why don't we just test their hearing and see where they're at? And we're finding like a lot of spouses that come along with the people that are wearing hearing aids. They also have hearing loss, and they didn't even recognize it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, and I mean some pretty significant hearing losses.
Wow.
Our patients are like, well, he doesn't hear so well either, and so we're testing them and showing them where their hearing's at. Even adult children, obviously.
Yeah.
Some of our people are 80, 85, 90, 95, their children are 60, right?
Yeah,
or 65.
that's true.
So we're starting to test their hearing, and because a lot of this can be very genetic. It is in my family.
Oh, it is. Okay.
So kind of goes right down the line. So we're testing them, and they're like, wow, that's really incredible. They have a little bit of loss, maybe not ready for hearing aids yet, but it's just nice to identify and get a good benchmark where we can look at it. The other thing is, we always look in everybody's ears. Everybody always likes that, because nobody gets to look in their own ear.
Yeah.
So we look in there and they're like, oh, hey, that's kind of neat. Whether, they have wax blockage or, a nice clear open ear canal down to the eardrum or whatever it is, it's always kind of fun to see that. So we're having, a really good time doing that, and people really enjoy it. It's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, it's a great benefit. People can sign up for your newsletter, right?
Yep. Our newsletter is really popular. Sending thousands out every month. It just has good information, just on hearing loss, hearing care, different things that relate. We talk about all the, technologies that are out there that may or may not apply to a certain person. Here, locally, they talk a lot about the telecoils.
Right, yes.
Those are great. You probably use them less than 1% of the time, but, when you do use them, you want it to be effective. So those are good technologies, but there's other technologies that people can use in restaurants, or, here we have so many dining rooms that are noisy just like restaurants, that people are in every single night and struggle to hear better. So there's remote microphones for those kind of situations, or TV listening devices, so they don't blow out their neighbors or get those complaints about the volume being too loud from their TVs. But the thing is, these TV devices, shoot the sound right to a person's hearing aids, so it's a direct audio input, so they understand the TV better, and they're more comfortable watching the programs they enjoy. So all those accessories really help as well.
Very good. Do anything with the Starkey Hearing Foundation? Another trip coming up?
I don't have one planned. I'm sure I will. They've got a big demand. I almost went to Peru last month, but they filled that, so they didn't need me, so that was all right. But they were just down there. They fit something like, I think it was something over 4,500 hearing aids down there throughout Peru, and those people are just always so beautiful. I went down there a few years ago. The ladies wear the beautiful hats and all the dresses and everything that are so colorful, and it's a fun place, and they really did a great job down there, and helped a lot of people to hear better. So they keep moving, and we'll jump on that again this year for sure.
All right, very good. Always good to see you.
Likewise, Ken.
Yeah, and you'll keep us updated when they finally start your end of the remodel.
That's right.
down there.
We'll get there.
Yeah, you're up next. All right, we'll be right back. Remember, Advanced Ear Care is over in the Willow Tree Center. And if you don't know where that is, it's where the new Aldi is and Dollar Tree. They've been there for how many years now?
35.
35
years.
All right. Good to see you.
Thanks, kid.
We'll be back.